Hi everyone, this is take probably 380 million. I don't know how you guys do it. I really don't. These content creators must have some sort of magic tricks in their bags because I surely do not know what the hell I'm doing. I tried to pass the buck and not make this video. I wanted somebody else to do it for me. A beautiful girl named Tani Michelle, who has a wonderful voice and a wonderful way about her, but since she has never had an eating disorder, restrictive or otherwise, she wouldn't speak on it. She's been through hell and back, but this is one thing she hasn't been through, but I have. I'm 48 years old. I'm a married woman, 27 years. Now, I tell you that because I've had anorexia since I was 15. Now, I'm an old lady. 15 years old, started with it, 48 years old now, and look at me. This is basically a video to let girls know who are restricting what this does to you. Now, I had seen a lot of Eugenia Cooney videos, and they've made me pissed off, actually. And I never thought I would be a whistleblower, but I'm going to be a whistleblower. There are so many secrets that us anorexic people have and know about, and the girl that was interviewed for the Josh show, very beautiful little girl, but she's young and she's still going through it. She's recovering, but she's not well, and because she's not well, she didn't tell all, and I want to tell all because I think it's important that the people around people with anorexia know what's going on in the anorexic mind. Now, I have fought with this off and on since I was 15. The lowest weight I got at was 80 pounds. My parents did the whole shoving the food in my mouth thing, and nothing works. What actually worked with me was I wanted a baby. I wanted a baby so, so badly. And the doctor told me I would never get pregnant at the weight that I was, and that I needed to gain weight in order to have a regular cycle. And because I screwed myself up so much with it, I had so many infertility problems. That is one of the things that nobody tells you about anorexia. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you all the things that happen to the anorexic body over years. And that's not even like suffering with the extreme low weight for all those years. I was a very healthy weight right before I got pregnant, during my pregnancy. After my pregnancy, I took the weight off very, very quickly, and then wasn't so great. But the lowest I ever got down was 97 pounds. Then I made a promise to my husband that if I got below 100 pounds again, that he could hospitalize me. So I really tried not to shove my thinking on my daughter when I had her, and that's very hard to do. And I think that's why people are predisposition to it, or they are, their generations end up having it. And I think it's just because of the things that we say to our kids as they grow up. Now, my daughter is worried about her weight, but my daughter has never been anorexic. But my daughter's always been very tiny. I'm not a big person. I've always been shaped like a 12-year-old boy. It's just how I'm shaped. And I was a gymnast, and I was a ballerina, and weight plays a big factor in both of those sports. I don't know, ballet is a sport. but it does. But none of those were the reason I started restricting. Um, I had horrible growing up, horrible raising. My father was a terrible alcoholic, and my life pretty much, like, I don't see physical abuse with Eugenia Cooney, but she wouldn't show that, would she? But it mirrors it so well. And had they had social media and YouTube and all that back when I was younger and in the absolute depths of my anorexia, I think social media would have done exactly to me what it's done to Eugenia. Because anorexics love it when you tell them, oh, you look so thin. You look like a skeleton with skin stretched over you. Oh, you are just so tiny. Oh, you really need to eat something because you're just wasting away. We love to hear that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh. Um, and when people were telling her how little she was craving that. She absolutely relishes in that. So it would make a anorexic person get in front of the camera and put on the skimpiest clothes they could and show off their shape, because to them, they are not a skeleton with skin stretched over them. They are not. They look good, and people only wish they looked like me. And the girl on the Josh show did say it is a competition, and it is. We envy those who are smaller than us, and we aspire to be that. That's why Eugenia Cooney's channel was so dangerous. I'm glad that it's off, but it was on long enough to do a lot of damage, I think. I think if we were to check in to see Eugenia's fans in another year, I think a lot of them will be restricting and at dangerous weights. And that's kind of what it does. And once it gets into your brain, it never leaves. I've battled it my entire life. It is always there, and it is always telling us that we shouldn't eat something and praising us when we don't. And it makes me sound crazy to say it, and it isn't a voice. It's just this feeling. And a lot of the anorexics, and I hate those little montages where they have the girl talking over the pictures that flash up like Anna's a real person. We all know she's not a real person, but it is something that sticks with us, and we've almost created another person. But the voice isn't there. We know the voice isn't there. We're not hearing a voice. But the guilt is certainly there. But then you also praise yourself when you get that hungry feeling and you got that acidy feeling in your stomach. Your stomach is growling, but you are not eating. That means you have the willpower to suppress the hunger. That makes you a better person. See, this is something this is what they don't say. They don't tell you that that's what they're thinking. They think that they're better than anybody else who has to eat. And they look at people who say, oh, I'm hungry, and aren't you hungry? No. And even if they are, they deny it to their dying day, and that's exactly what they do to their dying day. I'm not hungry. Not hungry. I have the willpower to fight through hunger. And after a while, you really don't feel hungry, you know. It just gets to a point where you really aren't. But you do have those acidy feelings. I would bet money that Eugenia has ulcers. I have ulcers. As you see, I have no hair. No hair. I developed alopecia. And my hair, I have to shave my head because my hair loss is in such a way that I look like a troll doll. I mean, seriously. Okay. My hair loss goes from here to here, a big spot right here, all the way back here. I look like a troll doll. If I let my hair grow out, what little scraggly hair there would be, stick a jewel in my belly, because I'm a troll doll. it was devastating to not be in the throes of anorexia, but take a shower, get out of the shower, and just see clumps of hair. And that's what was happening. And that is from it. That is from the battle, the long battle with it. Your hair falls out. Your skin gets so thin and so wrinkly. My skin is, I don't know, you can tell how wrinkly. Right now, I am suffering through a ulcer flare-up, where I am shoving as many calories into me as possible, taking Carefate, my Lanta, after I eat anything, just to shove calories in me because I have dropped so much weight and it scares me. I don't want to be this thin. I was a healthy weight. I was in size 5 jeans. It's all about numbers, guys. It's a numbers gig. Whether it's numbers on the scale, size, numbers, calories, numbers, it's all a numbers gig. Us anorexic are crazy. Even if you're a mathematical moron, it is a numbers gig. And I was a healthy weight, size 5, feeling good. I did not look like Skeletor or anything. And I had an ulcer flare-up about the time that Eugenia left social media. And I was angry at all the videos because here I am trying to shove food in my system, and my stomach hurting so bad from these ulcers and dropping weight from them, and saying, I'm not in the throes of restricting right now and haven't for years, but here I am fighting what it's done to me. I still every day have to battle what anorexia has done to my body, done to me. I have ulcers, the thin skin, the hair loss, brittle bones. Holy cow, I'm osteoporotic. And I have the bones of, they said, a 70 to 80-year-old woman. I have broken so many bones, and it doesn't take much to break them. I snap, crack. I had so many boxer fractures from just hitting the side of my hand on something very innocuous. It's crazy. I have false teeth because I was not bulimic. I did not purge, but it doesn't matter because when you restrict the vitamins and minerals and everything you need, and my teeth were horrible. I've had false teeth since I was 26 years old. I had fertility problems. My daughter is a Clomid baby, and Clomid is a fertility drug. And that was because I restricted. I was anorexic, and I ruined myself. I ruined my bones. I ruined everything. And now I have consequences for my actions. All those times I got angry at people saying, you need to eat, you need to eat. And me thinking, you need to shut the hell up and let me do what I want to do. And Eugenia is probably angry at the videos that are telling her, you need to recover, you need to recover, you need to recover, because I personally, I hope she is. And I think if she came back and did a recovery video where she was recovering from it and gaining weight, I think that would be a wonderful thing for her fans, because she could probably help so many. But I think that wouldn't happen, because as soon as she got back on the video, somebody would tell her how tiny she is, and it would start the process over. Or other anorexics cannot be with other anorexics because it just triggers them right back, and they start with the competition thing. And so I don't know, with her fans and her, it's just toxic. It's just dangerous. So I don't see any way for Eugenia to come back with any kind of content related to weight, numbers, clothes, anything like that. and it be healthy for her or her viewers. So she would have to come back with completely different content. I think she's a beautiful girl. She's awfully sweet. But I thought it was very telling when she just ended the stream with the Josh show before she answered the question. And she knows very well she has anorexia. And yeah, yeah, she knows it and she wants to be left alone. She feels better than everybody else because they have to eat. She doesn't. Um, and her anorexic body is beautiful to her. It's absolutely gorgeous to her. And the bones, seeing the bones is very important. Seeing the thigh gap is very important. All that stuff is very important to an anorexic. The visual of it. And, they say, you know, when we look in the mirror, we don't see what we see. Now that is true. But what is untrue is we don't look in the mirror and see some big fat blob. We see the bones. We just want to see more bones. When we look in the mirror and we see the meat, we see that there's too much meat. But we see exactly what everybody else is seeing. We just don't think it's ugly. We don't think it's hideous. And to the sick mind, that's what it is. One of the things that helped me tremendously during the time where I was trying to be okay with myself and okay with my weight, and was mukbangs. I would sit and I would watch Nikocado Avocado, and before Veronica Wong had her nasty ass attitude, I would watch her, and it's because these people don't weigh 800 pounds. And nothing against Hungry Fat Chick, but those kind of videos were hard for me. But the mukbangs, where they would just sit and eat, and they're not big, those are great videos. And I would sit and eat with those people. And that was really, really good. And I guess as you get older, you really don't give a crap about how you're looking until you have a flare-up and you start looking like a Skeletor. Then you care. Because I care a lot now. I don't think I look good. I don't feel good. And it's all because I'm having a hard time getting weight on because of ulcers, not because I'm restricting. And it does make me angry that I'm having to deal with this aftermath. It's the consequences to my own actions. I can't blame anybody but myself. But I wanted to warn the girls out there that they've got a lot to look forward to. And I have really noticed that there really are not these older ladies that have lived with anorexia their whole life. In interviews and stuff like that, I just don't think anorexics live long. Even if they recover, they've ruined their bodies so much that they don't live a long life. And I'm hoping to change that. I'm hoping it'll be a little old lady, 80 years old, on the internet saying, don't restrict, look what it does to you. But I haven't really seen some really old ladies. I'm almost 50, and I haven't seen a whole lot of 50-year-olds get on screen and say, this is what it does to you. It destroys you. If you're starting to restrict, stop, get healthy, because you are going to live with this in your entire life. The thought processes stick with you, and it's whether or not if you're strong enough to fight through them and be okay with you. And that is really the whole goal to recovery, is being okay with you. And I felt so good when I was about 110 pounds. And now I get tired so easily, and I'm not restricting. That is what's so maddening. And my husband knows I'm not. Although I get angry at him because he tells me, you need to get more in you, you need to get more in you. And I am trying. I'm eating many times a day. And I'm trying to get good calories in me, but I'm also just trying to get fat calories in me. So just to get some weight back on me. I thought, maybe I've got stomach cancer. Maybe that's why I'm dropping weight. And I don't know. There's a chance anorexia could be a contributor to stomach cancer, with as much as it rips your stomach up and you get the sores. Those sores could turn cancerous. I just know that it rips your body apart and you live with it every day for the rest of your life. So as far as the whistleblowing goes, I'm going to tell you right now that they stand above everybody that eats and thinks they're better than everybody that has to eat. And because they don't have to. They don't need to. And they also, if they don't want help, if they're not ready to recover, there is nothing you can do. There is nothing you can say. It is almost better that you turn the back on them, just completely turn the back on them, because that you need to eat, you look so thin, those are bad, because you think you're helping, all you're doing is boosting. So don't do that. As soon as they turn to you and say, help, be there. Stand by them. They have to do their own recovering. They have to get their own mind right, straight, and want to live. Because we really, when we're in the throes of that, we do not, that dying thing, oh, you're going to end up like Karen Carpenter. You think that doesn't deter nothing, no way, no how. And as Stephen King would say, as I was installing arc sodium lights on memory lane and thinking back so that I could sit down and make this video, because I really did have to go back several years in my memory to think of tricks and things that I used to do, because anorexics, they lie. They're devious, they lie, they're sneaky. It's like any addiction, only they're addicted to restricting. It's an absence of, but it's still that sneakiness and that lying and that all that. And I felt that the girl from the Josh show was doing a lot of lying to the Josh show. I thought she was telling him what she's told her parents, what she's told her therapists, and I was actually right, because she was telling them what she wanted to be true, but wasn't true yet. And I think that's why she attempted suicide. And I feel so badly for her, because it gets very, very tedious and tiresome to feel guilty about eating and to worry about numbers. It's tedious and it's awful, but it's something that we have to deal with. And all these videos, Onision is one that just absolutely, what is that guy's major malfunction? I mean, what is his major malfunction? He is the slimiest person, worse than John Cookian, in another way altogether. He is arrogant, and he has no right to speak on anything. And I saw his video, and parts of it made me angry, but parts of it made me laugh about the Eugenia Cooney thing. But again, if I were in the throes of anorexia, it would have hurt my feelings bad if I had seen that. And generally, most of the things that I've been seeing of these videos about Eugenia, everybody just needs to turn the back on her. They have to. Because even though she's so thin, you're just boosting her. So turn the back on her. You want to make videos when she is recovering and giving her claps on the back for being so strong. And, you know, she thought she was strong-willed to not eating anything. She's even stronger when she can turn off that guilt and she can be okay with herself. And that's when you clap her on the back. And that's when you tell her how strong she is, how proud you are of her, how great she looks. But you don't tell her how skinny she is. Flash pictures of her in that stupid pink and black outfit that you can almost see every blood vessel. She's so thin. So even me saying that, if she sees this, that will boost her. So I will not make anything else boosting Eugenia. I absolutely won't. I think her channel is toxic. I think it's dangerous. I think that there are a lot of girls that are going to be restricting because of it. And Eugenia doesn't care. She doesn't care how many people she afflicted. And she also doesn't care that, I don't think she tried to hurt anybody. It's just they're now in the club and they can all compete. Oh, yay for us. That's the way it is. It's such a mind. It's such a mind. And it's a horrible, toxic mind. And YouTube was the worst place for it. And I wish people like Onision, who has absolutely no right to blow his own horn about her. I wish he'd just go away. You know, just like everybody says, I wish he'd just go away. Yeah, I wish he would go away. Yeah, he's done nothing. He's done nothing, and the more things that he does, he will either anger her or boost her. So, and either way, it's not good for her mind. Because she needs to be okay. And she's not okay. And right now, she thinks her mind is strong because she doesn't eat. And she thinks everybody that eats is stupid and needs to leave her alone. And I just blew the whistle on all the girls that are restricting. Because they don't say that. They don't say how powerful they feel. Because it's a very powerful feeling for an anorexic to be in a room full of people that are eating and you're not. And you're hungry and you're not eating. You're powerful. I guess maybe I shouldn't have said that, but because I kind of feel like I've betrayed them, but I shouldn't, because you know I'm not restricting. I'm not in the throes of anorexia, and I don't ever want to be again. I just want everybody that is around the anorexic or bulimic person, the person who is restricting, I want them to know that they're not feeling, oh, poor me. They're feeling more powerful than you. That they think you're stupid for eating. And I guess not stupid, but they think, how can you do that? I mean, how can you just, I'm better because I don't do that. I don't. I can just not do that. And it's all about power, all about control. And it is. You can't tell me what to put in my mouth. These people say, you should eat. You can tell me what to do. And, you know, she just needs to get well. She needs to get right. And there's a lot of other girls out there that are struggling and are restricting. And they're absolutely destroying the body, the one and only body that they're born with, that they have to have if they're going to grow old. And when you grow old, it's you're still dealing with the aftermath. Oh, holy crap. It's like nuclear. It's seriously like nuclear fallout, where you got to deal with the crap for, you know, 20, 30 years later, and there's still radiation around. It's exactly what this is like. Only it's like trying to handle Chernobyl with an oven mitt when you are not capable, mind-wise, of being okay. I can't even imagine being in a sick state of mind and having to deal with the aftermaths, I guess, of the health issues, all the health issues that anorexia causes. Um, because all these long-term effects, the hair falling out, the false teeth, the very thin skin, and I mean, they're cold all the time anyway, and their skin is thin when they're in the throes of anorexia. And but they don't go bald. Their hair thins out, and it gets brittle and all that stuff. It almost feels like it's thicker because it's more textured, but it's not thicker. It's just brittle. So they will end up bald. They will end up with false teeth. They will end up with brittle bones breaking all the time. They will end up with lovely ulcers that they will get ulcer flare-ups, want to eat and can't. Um, yeah, it's a lovely, lovely disorder, and completely not glamorous. And that's what they're in for. And it's not pretty. And I was just warning them. So that's all I really had to say. And I want to thank Tani Michelle for being so supportive of this. And she forced me to speak on my own issues, and I do understand why she would. I wouldn't want to speak on something that I didn't know anything about. But she really is a beautiful, wonderful person, and truly, genuinely sweet. And I love watching her so much. So I want to thank her so much. Thank her from the bottom of my heart. She's been great. But thank you, everybody, and seriously, if you have any questions at all or anything that I can help with, please comment it, and I'll answer you back. And if you're restricting and you want some help, I don't know what I could do to help except for to talk you up. Because I think the sooner you recover from it, the less damage you're going to do to yourself. And it's okay to relapse a little bit, as long as you get your mind back again. But I think once you get it right, I think it's so much easier to get it right again. So you don't get as bad, and you don't get as far. And that's a good thing. And you just need to get it right and get it strong as soon as possible. Everybody take care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.